Namaskar, good evening, hello, and welcome to Education Adda with Pratik. After an overwhelming response of our first episode, here we present our next episode live. And we are simultaneously streaming on our YouTube channel and Facebook page of India Educates. I would request all of you who are live with us at the moment, please share this link with your friends. Share it on your Facebook page and other social media platforms that many of our students, our young friends, their parents, guardians, educators, recruiters can enjoy this very, very valuable discussion that we are going to have very shortly. So, the topic of this Adda or hangout this evening is career options in new normal. And our guest tonight is Miss Surabhi Dewra, who is the founder and CEO of Career Guide. So, let us first introduce her. Surabhi is an engineer, entrepreneur, and career counselor. She has been working in career guidance space since 2011 and established Career Guide in the year 2015. Surabhi graduated from one of the most prestigious institutes of India, BITS Pilani, with a degree in Triple E. Right after engineering, she joined the semiconductor industry and worked on the design of wireless products for some time. As an entrepreneur, she is passionate about finding solutions to the problems. Surabhi is strong-willed and displays a never give up attitude. As a woman entrepreneur, she believes more women should join leadership roles. She is a popular voice on education, career counseling, and women in leadership on television. She actively participates in contributing to government policies on education and visits colleges and schools for raising awareness on making the right career choice. Hi Survi, welcome.
Hey Pradeep, thank you. I did not expect that graphical pictures all and those that kind of introduction. Thanks for that. I myself was enjoying looking at, I don't know which picture is gonna come next, what Pradeep has in store.
So you liked it, right?
Yes, yes.
Great, great. All right. So, Survi, thank you so much for taking out your time, and I'm
Absolutely a
sure the
pleasure.
next few, half an hour, 45 minutes would be very, very exciting. And it's lovely catching up with you after a long, long time.
Absolutely my pleasure, Pradeep. And I think today is a fantastic day to have this Adda because today CBSE's 12th result has come up. So it makes a lot of sense for all of us to have this conversation today.
Yes, absolutely. And as I requested earlier, that I would request all our viewers, please share this, and I'll also take some time to share this. Survi, I am just taking a few seconds to share this live. Okay.
Sure.
So, Survi, how is the weather today in Delhi?
Uh, Delhi is good, good, rainy.
Oh,
And I think the weather across the country because of the results is interesting. And
uh,
Pratik, I'll definitely like to tell all the parents, students, and teachers in schools a huge congratulations because it was not an easy year, both for
yeah,
teachers, parents, schools, as well as students.
right.
There was so much of uncertainty, and the entire 12th grade, all the students have been sitting at home and they have been learning, getting on Zoom classes. So kudos to all of you who cracked it, went ahead it. Don't really bother about did you get 95, you got 85, you got 80, because I'll be talking with Pratik and have this conversation. It does not really matter. Once you cross this phase, these marks and these percentage just stays to be a number, somewhere back in the memory. And that's what new normal is all about. Gone are the days about marks and percentage, Pratik. So yeah, that's what weather is like.
Great, great. I think I'm having some bit of network issue here. It's slightly slow. All right, not a problem. Okay, so Survi, we are going to have very interesting interaction, and we have uh, certain sections here. So the first section that we are going to start with, it's called Topic Pe Charcha. Now, as our topic is career options in new normal, so we start with that. And you know what, I realized that there is one very interesting similarity between Career Guide and India Educates. Both were born in 2015.
Interesting, interesting. So, but I
All
have
right.
been into career guidance for longer, Pratik, beyond 2015. Yes. Mhm.
Yes. All right. So now, Survi, my first question to you would be, what is career counseling and why it is so important?
Well, career counseling is nothing. It's not these all scary word which parents or student might end up thinking. It's as simple as that. Doing a discussion about what careers to be taken. It's simply like this drawing room discussion across your sofas or dinner table discussion, which you have about movies and all of it. Here, career counseling is nothing but a structured format of discussion around careers. How uh, how to go about choosing one, and that's nothing but career counseling. Informally we end up doing, we end up asking teachers, we ask our elders, we ask relatives, we ask school seniors, college seniors. So informally we almost keep doing or keep seeking career counseling. But formally, it has turned out in a way where you go reach out to a career counselor, a career coach, a career guide, and then you sit across and have a discussion, go through a structured process. Now, going through a structured process has its own benefits and charm. The way if we are sitting across a 3 hours movie, we don't like to watch that movie in bits and pieces. Hey, let's watch 10 minutes today, let's watch 15 minutes day after tomorrow, and so and so. It's joy of watching or the story, we don't enjoy that much. The same way is about, and when you're watching it 3 hours at a stretch, there's so much of fun, you enjoy it, you like it, you grasp it. Um Same way is with structured career guidance. When you sit across table with a career guide, a career coach, you have the essence put up on the table. You will understand what are the different career options out there, and how should one go about, how should you go about as a student picking up, or how can parents help their child in choosing these topics or these careers. So Pratik, that's career counseling basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here I would like to mention our viewers, because something that we have very consciously decided that if we say that we are going to start at 9, we will start at 9. So usually what happens that in live sessions like this, uh, at times people tend to join a little late, but any which way this is going to be available on our timelines. So whatever portion that you miss, you can watch it later. But we, as usual, have started on time. All right. So Survey, that was a very very nice way of putting that what is career counseling. And do you think that there is a scope of doing it mandatory?
Absolutely. Especially, uh, those were the days when you or I possibly was in schools and colleges, when this could have been left to choice whether you want to do it, whether you have access to career coach or career counselor or not. But as of today, I don't think so. This can be left to a choice, but this should be mandatory thing. Reason being, Pratik, and to all your users, it's they we all have seen COVID. This all the living population have seen something called COVID, and we saw education overnight turning out to be something different, which we would not have otherwise visualized in our lifetime. We saw the careers overnight were wiped out. The sectors were wiped out, and there were new careers altogether came in. So this is a beautiful phase we all have witnessed. As a parent and as a student, we know life is not about academic excellence. Life is now about skills, and life is about hundreds and thousands and plethora of opportunities out there. It's not about engineering and medical alone. It's about n number of career options in this uncertain world. And to understand that, to know that, one definitely needs to get to career counselors, speak, get into that structured discussion, understand yourself. Remember, Pratik, as a country, while we're talking about India or we're talking about Bangladesh or nearby countries, we all are fairly young country, right? We are fairly young, and we all these countries have gone through a problem set as a nation, have risen over poverty. At that time, citizens had no choice but to pick up whatever job was available. But gladly, these countries have overcome that difficult part, have they are now becoming economic superpower, have economic strength, and that's where citizens can think about ruling the world, doing things just not for bread and butter, earning bread and butter and supporting family, but also to feed our soul, also to feed our passion. And this is the time, because we have technology, we have digital, uh, these countries don't have to really hold back about the opportunities available. Today's millennials can create opportunities. They don't have to wait for opportunities. So, Pratik, yes, that is something I would say it has become super, super important.
Very well put, Surabhi. Very well put. Now, what difference do you find in students' interests after the pandemic, and do you see any difference uh, from the pre-pandemic times?
Oh, absolutely, Pratik. In fact, today's after even CBSE result, the difference have been hell lot. One, parents have started realizing that they should not be pushing their kids just for exams and marks. They have really, really realized this. And parents also have realized, as well as students have realized, that they can still make and they can have great careers without academic scores. Because colleges have started taking admission without 12th mark sheets, right? So it was a facade which was created, right? That you have to get good marks, good this, good colleges. And ultimately, the importance of communication skills, importance of 21st century skills is something which everybody has started realizing. Nobody has to push that. The widespread awareness about that, I need to have digital skills, I need to understand internet skills, the widespread awareness about I need to have communication skills to be successful, right? Those have become like the most basic now, something which we all understood two decades back, that if we know English and we can have command over English, it's easier life. Versus, in terms of career, nothing against regional language, but in terms of corporate career world, having English is an edge. The same way, having digital skills, good communication skills, and other life skills is definitely an edge. And Pratik, this is a mindset change I can see clearly. And that's why today parents are not asking me, tell me how to get admission into engineering. They are asking us questions like, tell us what are new age career options available.
We will come to all of that, and I guess these are very important words. So students, parents, whoever watching this program, I mean, these are very important words. I think we must keep in our mind while helping our kids to choose their career option. So, Survi, this brings me to my next question: that how should a student prepare for their career in new normal?
The new normal is all about experience, Pratik. New normal is not about academic score. That's what I've been telling. So students should start looking for gaining real life experiences. Students should start looking for internship, part time, full time, remote, on office, whatever is available. They should start looking for that. That's the way. The more closure they will be towards industry, the more they will be more successful. So start looking at these experiences, these internships, which I'm talking about, Pratik. That should be my first go to tip. My second tip would be that students should definitely need to identify their interest aptitude. They need to undergo some sort of psychometric assessment. They need to understand how they should go about it. And Pratik, they need to articulate their interest and aptitude. They should be able to question their own interest and aptitude. They should be able to question the choices their parents are making, and they should be positioned to take an informed decision. And as career counselor, as a parent, as a senior, as an alumni, as relative, all of us can facilitate a child. A child should be in position and should be proactive enough to take decision. That would be my second tip. My third and the last tip, Pratik, would be that in this new normal, the way to prepare for careers would be reaching out to more and more people, speaking out to more and more people. And I'll suggest all the students who are looking out, you please have your digital profile. Digital footprints and digital profiles and portfolios are way to go ahead in new normal. That's how you can showcase your skill, your resume, your work, your interest, and all of that, Pratik.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, what are the emerging career options in new normal, Survi?
Pratik, my favorite or something I'll start pushing on to is digital, healthcare, edtech. These would be top three which will come into picture. And technology, digital and technology, I'll separate. Yes, digital is subset of technology, but there are other lots and lots of career options which is attached to digital. One need not be computer engineer or super tech savvy to get into digital careers. So when I talk about digital career, I can talk about SEO managers, uh, online reputation managers. I can talk about PPC campaign handler. I can talk about social media marketing. And today, when I talk about social, very simple example to all the parents and audience of, India Educates listening here. Uh, I'm not talking about social media marketing, just getting onto Facebook and Instagram. One has to understand each media platform has become super specialized. Today, even if you end up spending 8 hours sitting on LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, that's less. And today, earlier, 5 years back, companies were employing one social media manager for the entire organization to handle. But today, companies are employing one manager for LinkedIn, one social media manager for Instagram, one social media manager for YouTube. So that has expanded. Even
Absolutely.
even this is TikTok generation. They understand better than what we are trying to say. They understand this better. Today our TikTok influencers are more known than any one of us, right? Who have been actually slogged our days and burned midnight oils, right? So yes, digital is my fourth go. Learning all these digital skills, there are too many of them. uh, then I'll talk about the tech. Tech here, definitely I'm talking about hardcore computer skills. If you want to be this techie computer engineer, then will say, hey, go ahead with the tech, which I'm not talking about the old HC programming. Things have changed a lot. It could be application design, and again, application design has become too diverse, from web design to building a data analysis model or data churning. This whole lot of, or designing a game, or all of that comes or and another my major which will come under tech, digital, and more towards the creative side, would be audio video technologist. Today a video technologist, a videographer, video creator, graphic designer, they all are really super in demand out there. So yes, if you have a creative streak and you are comfortable with computer, I will highly recommend look at AV technologies. Definitely, it's super super amazing. Most of the things that these days are out there. And interesting thing is, with all these OTT platforms out there, and online content, entertainment content becoming so mainstream, and so many of them out there, definitely the audio video technology is super 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 lucrative. I will say that with all these entertainment industry exploring, it's a great opportunity even to write scripts and direct, understand how to direct, and great time even to get into acting and similar elite industry. Another definitely by default, Pratik, would be healthcare industry, no doubt about it. And when I talk about healthcare industry, I am not talking about doctor alone, but I'll talk more about paramedical industry. What we saw during COVID was the failure and non-availability of paramedical industry, right from somebody who can do basic testing to collecting blood sample to testing. All of these are not doctors, all of these are paramedics. So looking at paramedics would be great career opportunity. I would definitely suggest paramedics, nursing, allied healthcare activities, apart from the most popular medical careers, which by default is most popular, but many who don't get into it, I'll suggest please go ahead with paramedics. It's such a lucrative career and so much of respect, especially in this new normal. Education, no doubt about it. Wellness instructor, coaches, counselors, online training teachers, trainers, uh, all of these are in huge demand, Pradeep.
So loads and loads of career options, and the buzzword is digital.
The
All right.
buzzword is digital.
Yeah. All right. Now, Survi, we have started getting thumbs up, so that's brilliant. And there is Debjani Basu saying good guidance for intending candidates, encouraging. Anushka Banerjee says hello Anushka, thanks for watching. And Oshmita Lahiri says, should students start having their digital presence from class 10 itself?
Oh, absolutely. I'll highly recommend digital resumes, digital YouTube resumes where they're introducing themselves. You can have a YouTube channel. And the best way to teach your kids the good communication and not be introvert or be fearless or not really give to society's judgment, would be encouraging them to put their YouTube videos. That's going to be super amazing. Encourage them to record anything, whatever they like, any damn thing. It could be absolutely, it could be from cooking to teaching math on a whiteboard. Record, put it there, introduce themselves. That's going to be super. These digital blogging, writing, even writing what they're doing in school and making a digital, the way we used to have our diaries, right? I would say if we can convert those diaries to digital blogging and digital footprint, and those could not be diaries, we had our emotions filled in, our innermost thoughts. But these digital footprints, if somebody wants to create a profile or portfolio, they can stick to related to their extracurricular activities, the efforts they are making in schools, and the kind of things it could continue. So totally, I'll encourage every student right from 10th, maybe even younger, 8th standard, to go ahead with it.
Brilliant. So those are like great inputs for students watching this. Now, I will slightly, move to a different topic at the moment. That is, what is your take on the new education policy?
Good, yeah, that's a very good intent from government saying that hey, I education needs reform. Yes, and the good thing is that with that that intent itself speaks a lot. The intent talks about we will have multidisciplinary colleges. We will encourage dropouts, still give diplomas. We will not give into rote learning. We will try to avoid after school tuitions and all those so many other things. Emphasis on vocational skills. That's a very good intent. We understand that India is not a small country, right? And it is not a flat bureaucracy kind of a system. Also, it's a it is a hierarchy central to state, and then further the political hierarchies and all of that. So in this and then there are departments which one has to handle. There's CBSE, there's separate state department, there's AICT, there's UGC. Everybody has their own mandates. At the same time, there's this new education policy. So I just hope it gets implemented in less than 5 years. I'm thinking that even if it gets implemented in 4 to 5 years, with basic emphasis of one or two concepts, especially I'm super excited about if we could immediately roll out the fact that even if somebody is dropping out after 2 years of education in college, they would still have a diploma holder instead of just saying, hey, 2 years have gone waste, right? The student would have some credits. I think these are something which can roll out in pieces and silos, right? So I'm definitely very positive about it. uh, we will see its impact slowly, and maybe we might not even realize its impact over the time.
Great, great. Now, Survi, I would not let you tell me this that, Pratik, you just made me talk, and talk. So you can enjoy your cup of coffee or tea as well.
Sure.
Okay, all right. So, Survi, in our profession, we often, get these questions like, we as career counselors, that there is always this confusion between PCM and PCB. So, what's your message to our students now? For the students, or for the parents who are slightly confused about this PCM PCB thing, it's physics, chemistry, mathematics, and physics, chemistry, biology. So, which combination to take? Yes, sir.
I would not answer that, Pratik. To all those who comes and ask you this question, I'll say please go the stream selector psychometric test instead of leaving it on Pratik or Surbi to answer which one should I take. It's very important. It's very simple way to base it. I am gonna ask you whether you are good at maths or you're good at biology, and then I'm gonna ask you whether you want to get into technology careers, hardcore technology careers, or you want to get into healthcare medical careers, right? These are the two straightforward questions one can ask. But unfortunately, kids of that age has little exposure, so hence asking these questions they might still not have the complete exposure. I'll highly encourage, please go take stream selector assessment, take that assessment, look at it, and then tell the student what is included in PCM. Please show them what the maths book might look like in 11th and 12th. It might not be just one book which was in 10th standard. I'll highly encourage them to go and look at biology book, physics books, maths books, chemistry books. Only the representation or the sampling coming from 10th standard is not a great way to go ahead and pick it. That I got 90s in 10th in maths and 95 in biology, then obviously I should be taking bio. I'm sorry, that's not the way. That 5 marks hardly say anything. That's first. Second is that the subjects, the depth, the curriculums totally different from 10th to 11th and 12th. So if you think that my scores could be a good reflection, they won't be a good reflection, right? Another very important thing is to know to all the students and parents uh, except if it's healthcare, especially medical MBBS. It's all the possible careers can be taken by any particular stream combination. So even new education policy also talks about it, and before even new education policy, the streams are getting blurred now. It's no more about take maths and you can go and take anything else, right? Or you take commerce, then only you get into finance career. No, I can be a bank manager even with humanities. Absolutely, I can. I can be a software engineer without with commerce also as a combination. By just not taking maths, I can still be a software engineer. Today, there are permutations and combination. There are programs. There are degrees, and job market identifies you on your skills, and job market does not identify you on your stream choices and the degree. It's very important that whatever their student is taking, they are informed and they're clear about what are all possible career options are there in that particular stream. So yes, Pratik, I'm not answering that question directly, but yes, the answer lies into stream selective and answer lies into the tips I have shared.
Okay, all right. Great answer. Now, you spoke about psychometric assessment. Now, how important is psychometric assessment as a tool for the students while choosing career options?
It's the tool, Pratik. I'll repeat. Subject academic marks can be reflection of the fact. I won't talk about classroom, but I might talk about maybe the Zoom classes and the connectivities were not right. Maybe you did not have enough space inside your house where all your two sisters and brothers and mothers and fathers could have space, right? Maybe
Right.
you were sick and family members were sick. Maybe you were very tormented with whatever was happening with the world. So that's definitely not a reflection of your 12 boards or 10th marks. Then what is the reflection? Today I cannot go and choose my marks because I don't know how things are working or how things worked, how it were a student adapt to this Zoom classes, or were teachers were able to adapt, or were school were able to deliver. Hence, academic scores are absolutely means nothing. Yes, the way to look at this would be look at where do you want to land up after your college degree. Every student, remember students, we are sitting in 2021. And if you are in 12th standard today and if your results have come, your first job will not be anytime sooner than 2028. It will not be sooner than. And in 2028 to next 30 years, you will be working. That's almost like 2068. World's going to be totally different now. I mean, we saw in 1.5 years, world is different. 2028 world is not going to be what it is today. We would not might have phones like this. We might have phones on our wrist, We might not be talking through these studios. Maybe I could have been teleported out there and I'm talking, right? I would have robots possibly at my home, and maybe for holiday you might not be going to nearby Kolkata or to Bombay. You might be going to space for holiday. Exactly. So hence the choices of the psychometric is going to help you with that. It will actually tell you inherent potential. It will actually tell you what you're good at and what are the streams or subjects or the careers you should look at. But it will tell you and give you an understanding which will not just be academic. And because it won't be academic, you will be a student will be able to adapt to the environment, will be adapt to the changing world because they are picking a career option which they are naturally meant to be doing well. And if you're good at something, you figure out ways to bend rules or you figure out ways to fit in the given rules, right? So that's why psychometrics should be first a conversation starter. Otherwise, I feel pity for students and parents if we and or maybe the word pity is wrong. I would say it's injustice on them to give them just random 10 career options out of blue and ask them to choose. Otherwise, out of plethora of career options, psychometric at least give them a pointer that start from here.
Right, right.
At least start looking in the direction.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here I would like to mention that, we are associated with Career Guide for this psychometric assessment. So whoever is watching this program, and if you realize that, how important could be psychometric assessment, can definitely come to India Educates and take those wonderful tests. So there are some 8 assessment tools. It could be used according to your need, and we could certainly assist you in that and help you take informed decision about your career choice. All right, all right. So now another, I guess, classic confusion is about stream selection. What will be your message to our dear students on that? Though you mentioned about the psychometric assessment, so would you like to, add
Yeah, I would
anything
say
to that?
please go to India Educates, contact Pratik, take those stream selector tests, have those discussion, take from Pratik those wonderful career ebooks, which has more than 500 career options listed stream wise, and have that discussion with India Educates. That's the way to go about. If you don't believe in this process, then it does not matter. Just go pick ahead anything. It's that interesting Alice in the Wonderland thing where the cat asks this guy on the girl in the crossroad. The girl asks, right, which way you have to go. It's like, where do you want to go? She says, I don't know. Then like, it doesn't matter where do you want to go. The same thing I would say, would apply for stream choices then. You might have
Absolutely.
my recommendation. Please contact India Educates.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was very, very useful tip to our students. Now I see a question from Miss Lahiri again. But if a student, so this is probably about the subject combination, but if a student has biology combined with economics, what kind of job the student will expect to get, and what about the emphasis on regional language? What's your take on the emphasis on regional language, I meant?
Pradeep, what was the first part of the question?
But if a
Economics
student
combined
has
with?
biology combined with economics, what kind of job the student will expect to get?
Okay, so first I'll be taking Larry the question for the regional language. I definitely think regional languages are very important, uh, and they can be very helpful if one has to stay around. There's definitely no match with mother tongue. Sometimes people ask me, I mean, have you ever observed in what language do you think? When you're not speaking, I think in Hindi. Yeah, so that's those regional language is your strength. It gives you in a understanding, thinking process, all of it, even if you're not using in your day-to-day language. Yeah, so regional language is definitely there. Can one use regional languages for careers? Yes, if they are into regional media, regional activities, it will be used day to day. There's no denial about it. Even let's say if I'm a bank manager and if I'm employed in Kolkata, having Bengali will really help me connect with my clients. So yes, regional languages, no doubt about it. Being in that region, it will definitely help. One would should strengthen the regional language. Definitely that's there. Coming to your first part of the question, combination with biology, economics combination with biology. So when you're looking at economics combination with biology, you can always look at with biology, one can move into all the healthcare and allied fields. That is open, and with economics, one can get into all the financial related, management related can be taken up. So those paths will be there. And if you're talking about can I merge bio with economics? So let me think what are the career options which can have a combination of bio with economics. Uh, Maybe if you are if you are advisors to government, this might be a very very good understanding. economics understanding and with a biology understanding, you might be a good data analyst. Yes, yes, that could be one thing. Good data analyst, market researcher related to things. Say, for example, you proceed with healthcare, and let's say if there's a pharma company which wants to set up a factory or some sort of setup in Bengal region. So this candidate maybe will be able to assess, you know, pros and cons in terms of viability of the project from profit and loss perspective. Because a person has come from a bio or healthcare background, then they would even have an understanding of a pharma industry. So these are the ways you can combine subjects. And I'll repeat that the world is moving towards multidisciplinary approach. Remember, a doctor, it's a group of doctor who, I mean, this is a question to audience. Think it and try to answer to yourself. We are talking about artificial limbs and artificial organs, and by default, we know that these artificial limbs and artificial organs uh, can be has to be invented by doctors, right? It can't be an engineer who will invent a artificial limb, because engineer does not have understanding of human body. Then you might question that, but a doctor who's inventing artificial limb or artificial organ needs to have understanding of metallurgy, metals, system, because what material has to get into it, what and how should that be getting inside our body. All this is a multidisciplinary approach. A doctor alone cannot do it. So hence I was trying to give an example here that multidisciplinary approach is important. Element and understanding of different subjects, different industry, different sector is what will lead to innovation, Pratik.
Yeah. Now, Surabhi, I think going forward, I have to think about having uh, Adda session one, Adda session two, because all my guests are so knowledgeable. So questions keep pouring in, and now when I look at the clock, then it reminds me that yeah, we have to wrap it up. But there are little more time you have to spend with me, because now we will go off the topic. So
Okay.
in our section of the topic, my first question to you, that what drove you to be an entrepreneur leaving your corporate career? Survi?
Pratik, I always wanted to be a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, so when somebody asked me as a kid, what's your dream career? I
Hmm.
said, teacher. Yeah, I want to be that.
Hmm.
I think being an engineer was a fluke for me. Uh, I enjoyed being at my days in Pilani, but uh, in hindsight, I think I would have enjoyed economics, psychology, other subjects much more. Uh, I definitely enjoyed my stint into semiconductor industry. Uh, but yeah, in the due course, in the process, I realized that I don't want to be nut and bolt of the system, but maybe being an engine would excite me, make me look forward to the day, trying to do learn finance, product, sales, all of it. That's gonna keep my hyperactive brain much more busy and engaged. So I think maybe that could have been the reason.
Okay, great. So, Survi, do you think it's difficult to be a woman entrepreneur? I mean, are there challenges?
It's difficult to be an entrepreneur, Pratik. I will just not add woman entrepreneur. It's definitely difficult to be an entrepreneur. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to say no to your monthly paycheck, which
Hmm.
might land up on your, when you get this SMS that your money has been transferred. Yes. Uh, as an entrepreneur, it sounds very rosy in the media that you will become your own boss, you will have your own flexibility, all of that. But remember, to get that own flexibility of time and hours, you have decade of work and decades of midnight oil being burnt. So yes, it's absolutely difficult. And women entrepreneur, yes, people don't take you seriously in the beginning.
Okay.
This is in general possibly the women career are not taken very seriously still.
Hmm.
there are not enough examples or enough support around where these careers are taken seriously. Yes, we have started educating our girls. We have started sending them to IIMs and IITs and all the higher education. But do we expect them to be sitting in the top rung position? We still don't.
I get that. Okay. So, hope everyone is listening. All right. Now, what would be your quick three suggestions to future entrepreneur?
Uh, Before you start, have a network and support system in place. This you can do while you have not started, while you are in a college or while you are still working. Having a support system in a network to whom you can lean on is very, very, very important. This is one thing which everybody should have. Second, have at least 3 years of money in your bank account for your personal expenses so that you don't have to really worry a lot about what would happen tomorrow and you can peacefully build your own business. And my third tip would be keep networking, and keep networking.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So, future entrepreneurs, keep networking. That's very, very important. All right. And I can completely, understand when Survi says that, yes, it sounds very rosy. You are your own boss, but things are not as easy. Right. Okay. The next section is going to be rapid fire. So rapid fire with Survi. All right. So Survi, quick answers to my
I'll
questions.
try to be
My
quick.
first question. Ah,
I'll try to be
you
quick.
said
I
it.
don't know how much,
Oh yeah, yeah,
how much
absolutely,
possible I can
absolutely.
give you.
You are doing absolutely fine. You are doing absolutely great. So the first question: what is the most frequently asked question that you face while counseling a student?
Pratik, I lost your voice. What was your question?
What is the most frequently asked question while counseling a student?
Okay, so tell me the career option which will pay me highest.
All right. Okay. Now, what is the most frequently asked question while talking to parents?
While talking to parents, tell me a career option, right, where my child will get paid more.
Okay. What are the most desired career options in India according to you? Give up top five options.
Interestingly, in India, it's not the career options which are desired, it's colleges which are desired, and that's IIT. That's my
All
top
right.
tip. Yeah.
Insightful. Okay. Um, what are the new age career options worth aiming for? You did mention about a few of them. Would you like to uh, emphasize again?
Yeah, YouTube blogger would be something I think I love to do that. YouTube bloggers, YouTube vloggers, as it said, and
Uh-huh.
I think UI designers,
Uh-huh.
product designers, right? I think these
Right.
are top three which comes in my mind.
Brilliant. Now, what are the do's and don'ts while choosing the right career?
Do's speak. Oh, my first dose is take a psychometric test, right, and
Mhm.
speak to an expert. Speak to a career counselor. Get into structured guidance, whether you believe in it or not.
Mhm.
Don't uh, don't just go with your gut feeling, even if you're the smartest one in the class, even if you know everything. Even if you are the top score at 100%. And another biggest don't. If you think you're a backbencher, if you think or your parents think that you don't score good, still don't believe them that you can't do good. Trust me, you will do better than what a top ranker student can even think of doing in life. Remember, the another 30 years when you look back, you will realize maybe you thought you were getting 60%, but you are the one who have aced the entire batch in doing the best.
Excellent. Yeah. Survi, if you are being made the education minister of a country, what will be your top three priorities?
Scrap exams and scrap all the competitive exams for the colleges.
That's number one.
Oh, second, I'll shut down all the competitive exam coaching centers.
Number three.
Number three would be I will start giving government stipend to students who would start going out and do at least 6 months of industry internship. I'll start giving them government scholarship, not basis on the marks, but on the basis of internship they start doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. I see there are comments coming in again. Debabrata Rai Chaudhary says nice. Oshmita Lahiri says absolutely wonderful insight, ma'am. So
Thanks,
great,
thanks.
Survi. There are so those were the rapid fire questions because I know that time is precious and one thing which is very very important that I think students, parents, everyone should understand that education is basically an investment, right? So you have to stay invested to it, and uh,
Yes.
psychometric assessment, proper structured counseling, what Survi advocates a lot, and rightly so. These are just investment, and to get the kind of rosy returns that we expect for that, I guess that's important. What do you say, Surbi?
It's very important. Rightly said, Pratik. Very, very important.
All right, so Surbi, it was lovely, lovely talking to you, and there were so many important insights. I guess whoever has joined later, I would request you to watch it from the very beginning because uh, uh, Survi made a lot of important points, which are very, very crucial for students and especially for choosing the career options in new normal. So watch the entire video. Once we stop the broadcast, it will be available on our timeline, on our YouTube channel. Share it as much as you can because a lot of students are completely clueless, and we have seen that what happens for choosing a wrong career. The consequences could be fatal, and so it's very important for everyone to understand how important is career counseling, and there are so many facets to it. I mean, if you go by all the words mentioned by Survi this evening, you will find that there are so many nuances in it. So Survi, before we let you go, uh, would you have something to say to our viewers?
Well, thanks Pratik for having me here, and thanks everybody for with your sharing all those wonderful comments. My only thing would to say is that don't worry, all your careers will be set right. If you are parents and are too much worried about your kids, and if you're a student and you think that what would happen, things will sort out. Just stay consistent, stay focused. Everybody ends up making a career, everybody ends up making a living, everybody, there's so much to life. So yes, just stay consistent and just stay focused. Things will all fall in place. Even if you miss one or two of your milestones, let's say, you thought you would get 99% but got a 95, or you thought you will get into A college but got into B, things will just fall in place. Don't go get motivated. Stay consistent, stay focused, and that's all Pratik from myself.
Thank you so much, Ravi. It was lovely, lovely, lovely talking to you. And uh, I will have to say, though, this was a very nice hangout, very nice Adda. Wish we could go on with this and with topics like this, subject like this. Absolutely, we know we can go on and on and on. And Surabhi has a lot to share, a lot of
Sure.
insights to share. But every good thing has to come to an end. So this good show also has to come to an end. So good night, Survi, and good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everybody. Good
And
night, Pratik.
thank you so much for staying with us in Education Adda with Pratik. Thank you.